Hello everybody, my name is Maggie and welcome to the channel. So today's makeup tutorial is going to be on this very festive holiday look, and it's going to be perfect for the holiday season and for Christmas. So if you want to know how I got this look, then please keep on watching. For any makeup look, you have to make sure you're hydrating your skin well. So today I'm taking the Innisfree Aloe Revital Skin Mist and I'm going to spritz this all over my face. And guys, if you want a good looking base, you have to make sure your skin prep is on point. And then I'm taking the PAC Oil Primer because it's winter and my face is getting really dry and it craves for a lot of hydration. And you know, when you do makeup, you are of course going to lock your face with powders and stuff like that, and you don't want your base to look cakey. And then here I'm taking the Neutrogena lip balm and I'm just prepping my lips. Now for foundation, I'm taking the Milani Conceal and Perfect foundation. I've had this foundation for a while and actually forgotten how good this is. So I'm going to apply the foundation with my new EcoTool sponge. So my quick review on this sponge is that it's not as soft as my Holy Grail LA Girl makeup sponge, but it's a nice sponge because of the shape. It gets into the corners of my face, and I think it blended out the foundation really well. And the Milani foundation itself, it's a nice blendable foundation. It gives that very natural looking skin-like looking finish, and it has a great coverage. So I think the sponge is decent. It's a nice sponge, and because of the shape, it's really nice to work with. So to bronze my face, I'm taking the bronzer stick from Wet n Wild. This is in the shade Oaks on You, and I'm just going to apply on areas where I want to add a lot of warmth. I've also added some on my nose just to give some shape, and then I'm taking the Real Techniques buffing brush and I'm buffing everything out. And the reason why I am using the bronzer stick first is because you know, if there are any mistakes that's made with the bronzer, if I've applied too much of the bronzers and stuff like that, I can easily correct it with a concealer afterwards. But if I apply the concealer before this step, then it won't be, that easy of a job for me to fix it. So I'm hoping you guys got what I mean. Then for concealer, I'm taking the PAC Take Cover concealer in the shade Butterscotch. I'm not really happy with the shade. It's very close to my skin tone, and because usually with concealers I like something that's lighter, because I want my concealers to highlight my face. But I'm really happy, and I'm really impressed with this concealer, I should say, because it gives a very nice hydrated skin look, and it's very easy to blend with. Usually with concealers, it really dries down my under eye because they're matte and they have high coverage. But with this concealer, it was very easy to blend. It's not matte, it gives a very hydrating look. So I think I will purchase the correct shade. And then because I want a lighter shade concealer, I'm taking my Flower Beauty concealer. Even this concealer is beautiful. So I'm taking this and applying it on areas where I want to highlight. And also the sponge is really nice to blend concealers. Because of the shape, it was really easy to get into the corners and blend everything out. And now to set my face, I'm taking the Colourpop No Filter Setting Powder, and then I'm going to use the same sponge to pack on the powder onto my face. I'm not going to bake or anything because I don't have a really oily under eye, and I want my under eye to look smooth and hydrated. So I'm just going to directly pack on the powder and gently press it in, because I want my base makeup to stay on for a long time. And this is the technique I use for that. And now to fill in the brows, I'm taking the LA Girl Brow Pomade in the shade Warm Brown, and I'm going to fill in my brows as I usually do. It's the same step. I make the boundaries of my brows first and then fill it in. So for eyeshadow, I'm going to take the Morphe 35O palette, and we're just going to play with browns today. And then first I'm taking this light transition shade, and I'm just going to buff that all over the eyelid. Then I'm taking this deeper brown shade and using the PE23 blending brush, I'm just going to pack it in my outer V and then gradually drag it towards my crease. And then taking the same shade, I'm going to gradually build up the color as to how I want the pigmentation to be. Now I'm taking this 2 deep brown shade and then packing it on to my crease with a smaller blending brush, and you have to be careful with the shade because it's a deep dark shade, so you can go wrong easily. And as you can see, I'm holding the brush in the end so I get a lighter shadow on my crease. It won't be that dark and it'll be easier for me to blend if I make a mistake. So I'm gradually building up the color, and then take a light hand and build up colors as to how you want it to be, instead of just packing it in one go. And guys, if you're using an eyeshadow with a lot of fallout, it's better to do your eyeshadow before you do your base makeup. So I'm gradually building up the color as to how intense I want the dark shades to be. Now I'm going to go back to the first transition shade and blend everything out. Comes my favorite part. This is the Miss Claire glitter eyeshadow in the shade 03. It's a beautiful shade, and I'm just going to apply that on my lids. I'm not going to do any cut crease or anything because this is very pigmented, so I think this will do the job on its own. And I'm taking the with the help of a brush and applying it on my lids like so. And now with the same brush, I'm going to apply that same eyeshadow in the inner corners and drag it to my lower lash line as well. Now going back to the deep brown shade that I used, I'm just going to deepen the outer corner and blend the eyeshadow with the shimmer shade. And now on a small pencil brush, I'm going to go back to the deep brown shades that I used on my crease. And I'm just going to apply it in my lower lash line and gradually connect it to my crease shadow. And now to line my eyes, I'm taking the Rimmel London Exaggerate Eyeliner, and this was in the haul. So my review on this is that if you layer on a lot of the eyeliner, it feels very drying, so I suggest you shouldn't layer the eyeliner too much. The intensity and the pigmentation is not bad at all, and it was like really nice to create a wing liner, you know what I mean. The brush is not bad. I like the idea of that brush, and it was like a smooth eyeliner to work with. And then for mascara, this is the Rimmel London 3D Lash mascara, and again, I am not a fan of this mascara. It does separate my lashes, but it doesn't give me that volume that I look for, and I think the L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara is much better. And even though the price point is very different, I think you should invest on the L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara, because that's the best mascara, I mean the best drugstore mascara you can have. I've applied falsies off camera. I'm using the PAC M72 eyelashes, and then here I'm taking the NYX contour palette and I'm just going to add more dimension on my face. I feel the cream bronzer was not enough, and yeah, I'm using the same buffing brush from Real Techniques, and then here I'm taking a smaller blending brush and I'm just going to give more shape on my nose. And now for blush, I'm taking the Flower Beauty blush, and this was also in the haul, and I must say this is one of my favorite product from the haul, and I love the shade of this, and it was so smooth on the skin and the pigmentation was just fine, and yeah, I would highly recommend this one. Now to highlight the face, I'm taking the Maybelline Master Chrome highlighter in Molten Gold, and as usual, I'm just applying that on the high points of my face. And now for lips, I'm going to line it with the Color Bar lip liner. I don't remember the shade of this, but I will have everything listed in the description box. So if you're interested in any of the product, then you may have a look at the description box, because I will have all of the details and links in it. And now to finish off the look, I'm going to take the Colourpop Ultra Matte Lip in the shade Snowflake. This again is a beautiful red color. It's not a bright red, it's a deep red, and I absolutely love this shade. This is the first time I'm wearing it. So you guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial, and I really love the outcome of today's makeup look. I hope the tutorial was not very complicated. I tried my best to keep it very simple for you guys and also make it look very holiday makeup kind of a look. So if you like the video, then please do not forget to give it a thumbs up, and also do not forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. A very Merry Christmas to everyone, a very happy holidays to each and every one of you out there, and yeah, I will see you guys next time. Until then, please do take care.